Thank you. Can I first welcome the decision to reject the Cool Links development? It seems that some lessons may have been learned since Donald Trump was allowed to trash the many estate. But there remain big questions over Trump's business dealings in Scotland. The purchase of Many and the Turnberry Golf Resort were part of Trump's huge cash spending spree in the midst of a global financial crisis, while his son was bragging about money pouring in from Russia. The US House of Representatives has heard testimony which states, "We saw patterns of buying and selling that we thought were suggestive of money laundering." And the testimony goes on to express particular concern about the golf courses in Scotland and Ireland. Is the First Minister aware that nearly a year ago the campaigning organisation Avaz sent her a briefing setting out these concerns in great detail and proposing action which is within the power of the Scottish Government? They've heard nothing back since last summer. Can the First Minister tell us what action has been taken since this report was received?
First Minister.
No, I can't do that today. I'm happy to go back and look at that correspondence and come back to Patrick Harvie in detail. I think most people here would recognise that I am no defender of Donald Trump, of his politics or any of his other dealings. But where there are concerns, as I think I hear Patrick Harvie say about alleged criminality, these are matters in Scotland for the police and for the Crown Office to investigate. They would not be matters for me to investigate, and I hope members across the Chamber would understand and respect the very good reasons for that. But in terms of the specific correspondence, I will certainly check back through my office to see what happened after that was received and what action, if any, was taken, and I'll come back to Patrick Harvie on that as quickly as possible.
Patrick Harvie.
The First Minister is right that criminality in Scotland would be a matter for the law officers and prosecutors, but there are also questions here for Scottish ministers leading the Scottish Government. Under the Criminal Finances Act, it has powers that are designed for just this kind of situation. Trump's known sources of income don't explain where the money came from for these huge cash transactions. There are reasonable grounds for suspecting that his lawfully obtained income was insufficient. Trump is a politically exposed person in terms of the law, and there are reasonable grounds for suspecting that he or people he's connected with have been involved in serious crime. Some of them pleaded guilty. Scottish ministers can apply via the Court of Session for an unexplained wealth order, a tool designed for precisely these kind of situations. We need to be given confidence that the Government will show leadership and use the powers available to them. Will the First Minister seek an unexplained wealth order and make it clear that Scotland is not a country where anyone with the money can buy whatever land and property they want, no questions asked?
First Minister.
Well, certainly Scotland is not that kind of country and should never be that kind of country. Look, I say in all seriousness to Patrick Harvie, he is raising serious issues. I don't want to give him answers without the full information in front of me. So I am undertaking to come back to him after I've had the chance to look into this in more detail. Obviously, as I've said, and as Patrick Harvie has accepted, issues of alleged criminality would not be for me to investigate. But beyond that, and I'm not talking about the specifics here because it would be wrong for me to do so without having properly looked at this, but in general terms, where the Scottish Government was taking legal action of any nature, it may also be inappropriate or certainly ill-advised for me to talk about that in this chamber in detail as well. So if any action in any subject is a matter for legal proceedings, then there's a lot of sensitivity and respect for due process that has to be attached to that. But I do take the question seriously. I will look into the correspondence that Patrick Harvie has referred to today, and I will come back to Patrick Harvie as soon as possible with as full an answer as I'm possible to give, with all of the caveats that I hope he understands I've injected into this answer so far today.
We will make America great again.